Hi, my name's Heather Hadjistavropoulos, and I'm a professor of psychology in the Department of Psychology at the University of Regina. And my plan today is to tell you a little bit about my research for those students who might have an interest in doing their honors thesis with me next year. So my research over the past decade has really focused on how to optimize internet-delivered cognitive behavior therapy for use in clinical practice. So you've probably heard about ICBT through your classes. In this form of treatment, what we're trying to do is take what we would normally deliver face-to-face and put it online, kind of in the form of an online course. And then typically, this also gets paired with some form of therapist assistance. So in the way that I deliver it, it's usually like an online course and then therapist assistance that's usually offered once a week through email exchanges. So there's lots of research that shows that ICBT is effective, but there's still lots of research about that's needed that's designed to really try and figure out how to make it most effective for clients. Ultimately, what we're trying to do with ICBT is create a new doorway to care. We know that depression, anxiety, and other mental health problems are highly prevalent, but lots of clients have difficulties getting care. And so ICBT is really about trying to increase access to care and overcome some of those barriers that exist to getting care, like barriers related to rural and remote location or limited time or concerns about privacy. In order to study ICBT, I've created two units at the University of Regina. So one is the online therapy unit, and we're located, you might have seen us in College West. We're just across from the parking office. And in this unit, what we do is we deliver ICBT to residents of Saskatchewan. And then we also provide education to students and healthcare professionals on how to deliver ICBT. And then we're constantly doing research that's designed to improve what we do in practice. And we have lots of funding from different sources, including the government of Saskatchewan. And on average, we work with about 2,500 clients in each year. I also recently developed PSPNet, and it is a specialized ICBT unit, and it's basically taking what we've done in the online therapy unit and tailoring it to meet the needs of first responders. And we are currently delivering services to first responders and other public safety personnel in Saskatchewan, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. So the honor students have done lots of different research in the past. If you want to learn more, you can go to my lab website called Psychology Wise Lab and read about past projects. So you can read about all of these projects here. So this just gives you an idea of what my past students have been doing. This is like the past 10 students. In general, we've looked at ICBT for depression and anxiety, for different chronic health conditions, and for alcohol misuse. And the nature of the projects varies considerably depending on student interests and kind of what's needed at the time. But some of the research has really been designed to look at kind of attitudes or experiences with ICBT. Other research has been focused on trying to improve different aspects of ICBT. And still other research has been focused on really trying to understand that therapeutic process, so the emails that are exchanged between patients and therapists. In general, if you're interested in working with me, I'd suggest going to my lab website. On that website, you'll find a tab for students, and you can read about what's typically involved with the honors thesis. Just a couple things that I'd like to tell you is that all of my students do end up working with a graduate student. So they're paired with one of my graduate students as a co-supervisor. And most students really like this. Actually, all students really like this. It's a great experience for the graduate students because they get experience mentoring But it's also a really good experience for the undergraduate students as well, because they have extra support, so support for me, but also the students. I have some really exceptional graduate students as well. And the other thing is that most of the students also get to work with the research associates that I employ in the online therapy unit or in PSPNet. Sometimes students wonder about how we pick a topic. It's very much a collaborative process. So we try and definitely find a topic that's of interest to the students, but we also want to pick a topic that really is going to inform PSPNet or the online therapy unit and really, be part of that process of improving care. I'd say all of the students get experience with mixed methods, so quantitative and qualitative research. And then all of the students get the opportunity to participate in a publication, presentation, and in social media. Out of the last 10 students, 7 have already published a study, and 3 have studies that are currently either submitted or are in process. So next year, I'm definitely taking one student, and that student will work on something in PSPNet with one of my graduate students that do research related to public safety personnel. It's also possible that I'll take on a second student, and that student would then work in the online therapy unit. And again, the nature of that project has not been determined. It really is a collaborative process. So that's my research in a nutshell. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer those by email. You can also visit the different websites. So the Psychology Wise Lab website, the PSPNet website, or the Online Therapy Unit website. I'm also happy to connect you with some of my students to learn a little bit more. In general, I don't set up meetings just yet, but we'll set them up when students apply to work under my supervision. For those students who I'm considering, I do set up interviews at that stage, so you can learn more about my work at that point. There may also be a group session that's offered where any student who's interested could attend that session. So I hope that's helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you.